Hold on. Serious. Serious. And welcome back to the Rent Suit Podcast. The only podcast that tells you to pay your rent. He's Eric and I'm Owen. What are we talking about today?
What we're talking about today is we're doing an ultimate fictional character bracket. So we got some awesome characters on here spanning anime, video games, movies, and comic books. So we got our 4 categories, 4 people each category, seeded out. Don't have anybody too exceptionally broken, like no Goku, no One Punch Man, but we got some awesome characters, some overpowered characters, and we're going to talk about them duking it out in this bracket here. Owen, you want to go ahead and pull it up?
Yeah, real quick. 2 things. Number 1, all the characters we picked are kind of like what we thought about off the top of our heads, and characters that are like we know and that we could talk about. You know, it would be like have better discussions. So we could do this in the future, in a lot of different ways with more characters. And honestly, I kind of want to do it because I think this idea is going to be really cool. It's going to be a great video. You know, getting out of the way now. But so yeah, keep that in mind. And then also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and follow or sub. Sorry, say that on a lot of different platforms, but make sure you sub if you like the content. Pumping out new content every single day, new podcasts on the weekly. So let's get into it. Start at the top. Ignore the seatings.
Dude,
by the
what are you doing? You're not screen sharing.
Oh, I am so sorry, folks. Let me screen share.
He was interrupting me earlier, dude. I could not handle that.
We're a little unprofessional right now.
Don't you interrupt
sorry
me,
about that. I'm
Infinite
sorry.
Void.
Infinite Void. And
All
we're
right.
here. So
Here we are.
Ignore the seatings. They don't really matter right now. It's just how we had to see
Look at
this.
the matchups.
Look at the matchups. So can you start at the top?
Yeah, start at the top, man. Let's go straight down here.
So we got our anime. So we broke this up into 4 different sections. We have anime, we have video games, we have comic book characters, and then we also are just superheroes, I guess. And then we have movie characters. And it's all fictional. So yeah, let's get into the first matchup. The number 1 seed for anime, who is Zoro, and the number 4 seed for anime, which is Tengen.
So this is a cool fight. We got 2 awesome swordsmen coming up against each other. You know, clashing metal, flying sparks, moving fast. Obviously, you can kind of tell how this fight's going to end up out the bat just by looking at it.
Yeah.
But if you would like to picture with us how cool this would look, and you know the different bits that would happen back and forth here, like this is not. I don't think this is as quick of a fight as people would expect, right?
Right. I think it would be. Tengen's got some durability to him. Like he's not gonna like both of these characters have for their verses. They have really good durability.
They're not gonna buckle or fold after getting hit. You know, they're gonna eat it and use that as motivation.
They have that mentality. They have that winner's mentality. And but Tengen has some hacks as well. His sound breathing is honestly really cool, but it also could be pretty useful, especially in a sword fight. And obviously Zoro has Conqueror's Haki, Armament Haki, Observation Haki, all that cool stuff. And then his really broken swords.
Which really, they completely propel him to the next level throughout this fight.
It's mostly Conqueror's Haki and his Enma is like the thing that's going to really propel Zoro to the next level. Tengen's a strong character. I know he's like one of the weaker Hashiras, but the Hashiras, you know, they're nothing to slouch at. I know kind of how we designed this. It's like, you know, Tengen's going to kind of lose here, but I think he would put up a good fight.
Be loud, it'd be fast, there'd be lots of metal hits.
I don't know if it'd be as cinematic as Tengen's fight and Demon Slayer, but it'd be pretty dope. But I do think Zoro would take it in the end. So
moving on. Yeah, you hit that, and then we just say 2-0.
2-0. Submit scores. He's moving on. All right. So next up, we have the 2 seed Pain from Naruto, and we have the 3 seed Yuji Itadori. I should have put their last names. That would have been dope. From Jujutsu Kaisen. So
now this is a good fight. This is a good fight we're looking at here. A little bit closer than the last one you're looking at. Again, you probably can still maybe tell how this would end up going as of now. This is a cool fight. This is something that we've kind of seen before. Pain with his puppeteering. It's a lot like how Mahito fights almost. Controlling cursed spirits and cursed entities. You know, where kind of we see Yuji getting, you know, ran by not just just one person here, but kind of their puppeteers as well.
Right.
Puppets.
Because all the different pains can do something. Like one can summon, one can absorb ninjutsu, which we're just gonna I don't know how that's gonna really apply. I'm not gonna say he's gonna absorb all of Yuji's abilities. Because that would just make the fight completely pointless. But the thing that's different about someone like Pain than Mahito, because the comparison does work, but Pain by himself, the main path, the main Pain can do a lot more.
Right.
The Renegon obviously helps with that, doing, planetary devastation and almighty push, stuff like that. He just went up and instantly kind of just destroyed the entire Leaf Village. So he's got some hacks to him too, but that doesn't mean Yuji does not have his hacks either. Yuji is the type of fighter. We said this in our Yuji versus Rock Lee fight a while back, that if Yuji gets hits on whoever he's fighting, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
He's able to start a string of events here. He's able to throw hands and use his momentum with him.
Yeah.
Which is something really cool, and especially now with being able to have blood manipulation as his curse technique. I mean, there's a lot that opens up there with weapons, armor that he can use out of his blood. But in the end, I think Pain just has a lot. He's a level above Yuji is with strength, and so I think this would be a good fight, be closer than the previous. But this one's gonna end. I think it's gonna end Pain on top here.
Pain is like kind of like in reality, he's not a great matchup for Yuji, and that's kind of why he's a tier above Yuji, just because there's 6 of them. And even though he could fight Mahito and all of his curses really well, these Pains can come back constantly, and they also don't die. And they also don't die super easily or go down super easily. Like Naruto had to use a lot of hacks to get through at least one of the Pains, and he had to go into his Kurama Link, or the 8-tail beast. I forget which tail form of tail beast he was at, but no, I think it's a oh whoops, I didn't mean to do that. It's a we'll give it a 2-1. It's closer than you would think.
2-1.
But yeah, gonna go ahead and submit that, and Pain moves on to fight Zoro. But gotta talk about these other ones first. So next up we have Master Chief, who is the number 3 seed for the video game characters, and Doom Guy, who is the number 2 seed for the video game characters.
This is a fight we've talked about for a long time here, Owen. We thought about doing an individual video on this, and then we got into more research, and the more you read about Doom Guy, the more you realize that he is not somebody that anybody wants to mess with.
Just think about every single thing you can think of that would make a character broken or overpowered. It's Doom Guy. That's what Doom Guy has.
And like unlimited durability, unlimited strength. I mean, there's a monster that they said was unkillable, that the best anybody could ever do is like restrain it or banish it for a little bit of time, and Doom Guy kills it. I mean, he surpasses like any bounds that people could put on him. Like he's incredible. That doesn't go without saying, though. It doesn't go without saying that. It doesn't go without saying that Master Chief isn't awesome. Master Chief is a master of stealth.
Master Chief is. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, he's a master of marksmanship. He's a master of IQ. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have that edge to him that Doom Guy has.
Yeah, I mean, Master Chief he's a very strong video game character, very strong character. Like I think against most of these characters on this bracket, he could hold his own. I would say against like 80% of the bracket. But it just kind of falls into the same idea that, I mean, Doom Guy's just nuts, but it's also just he just doesn't have enough on his own. He's got to use a lot of things,
right,
to get him.
Doom Guy needs his bare hands, dude.
Doom Guy just needs his bare hands. But like, I'm looking at this bracket and I'm like, yeah, I think Master Chief could like run through a lot of these characters, and I think that just speaks to how strong Doom Guy is, but it also speaks to how strong Master Chief is. Kind of hate to see him go this early, but when you're up against Doom Guy, you can't really do anything about that.
Got to give him a solid 2-1 here, man.
We got to give it a 2-1, even though even though Doom Guy would probably make this fight be quick. Like, it would probably be over in like a minute. I know Master Chief has a lot of durability, but I don't know. But moving on to the next part of the video game section of this bracket, we have the number 4 seed, Super Mario, and the number 1 seed for the video game characters, Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's an interesting one.
This is
a
really classic matchup. I feel like this has been debated since like the early ages of YouTube, since like YouTube was invented. I remember
way before that.
Way before that too, but like there's like videos when YouTube was first made that I remember like people like trying to animate this fight and stuff like that. These characters are very similar in a lot of regards because they have access just to a lot of stuff because they've been around for so long. Like you think about every single power up Mario has used, and if you give him that full arsenal, he's gonna be he's pretty potent. Like he's not gonna go down easy. But Sonic has the emeralds, and if you go even further into the Sonic lore, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, he has access to super emeralds, which are stronger than the regular emeralds. And honestly, Sonic's feats have like in my opinion, gotten like doubled and maybe even tripled after Sonic Frontiers when he's just lifting those lifting those Titans and he's just moving them all around.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he takes down starships. Yeah. Dude is a menace, dude. You give him Supersonic, dude, which first off lasts longer than Mario, even though Mario the Superstar may be, it
doesn't last very long.
Invincible. It doesn't last nearly as long as Sonic can go in Supersonic. Supersonic is speed of light or faster. Supersonic is strong, and Supersonic cannot be put down easily at all.
Yeah,
I mean, the durability, speed, everything's there. And I mean, it puts him at a step above Mario, and also given that maybe even if they fight in their best forms, Sonic still wins. If they fight in their base forms, Sonic's still winning that fight.
Yeah, because he's just gonna outspeed him. Mario can't catch up to Sonic in his base form.
Mario's a plumber that can jump on things.
Yeah,
Sonic runs around and can put all of his force after running into a punch on you, dude, and send you flying.
Yeah. No, I mean it's kind of based off of like their arsenal, and like then it kind of becomes close, but then after a while Sonic's just gonna pull away and it's just gonna be like, you can't really do much about that. So Sonic wins here. Kind of hate to see Mario go out this easily because he is a strong character in his own regard, but hey. The video game section of this bracket is ultra competitive. We'll say that. So, next up we have the comic book, or I should say superhero. We said comic, but they're all superheroes. So the superhero section of this bracket, we have the number 1 seed for the superhero characters, Batman, versus number 4 seed, Spider-Man. Very two icons of the comic book genre, of the superhero genre. I think this fight would be okay. The thing with Batman is you got to ask the question: if Batman is in any fight, does he have prep time? Because if he doesn't have prep time, he's probably getting folded against most characters. Probably not Spider-Man, but if he has prep time, which we're saying he does, he's gonna run through a lot of characters because Batman is one of the smartest characters probably on this bracket.
I'd say he's probably the smartest character on this bracket. I don't think that'd even be close, actually.
I would say so. I mean, yeah. I would say so. Yeah, that would make sense. But I mean, because with enough prep time, Batman has literally killed Superman. So it's like, Yeah,
I think Spider-Man could give him a run for his money because Spider-Man is slippery. Which is something that I feel like Batman doesn't experience a lot with who he fights. I feel like a lot of people he fights are kind of, I don't know how to say it. The Spider-Man is agile, he's fast, he swings around like a little maniac. I think here's what I'm thinking in my head. If Spider-Man could catch Batman off guard by coming at him, even with prep time, he could give Batman a little slip. But overall, Batman, I mean, he's got the
I
arsenal to beat him.
I think the only thing Spider-Man can really do in this case is just prolong the fight.
Yeah.
I don't think he can really win. There might be like a small chance he could win, but like I think if he's slippery and annoying, like you said, and fast and agile, all he's gonna really do is just prolong the fight. I don't think there's really
inevitable.
Yeah, I don't really think there's much he can do in this case. So Spider-Man is a strong character. Not like the top tier of superheroes. And is strong in his own regard, right?
Yeah.
So, but there goes that. And then next up for the superhero, continuing on the superhero, we have the 3 seed for the superheroes, Cyborg, and we have the number 2 seed, Iron Man.
This is the one that keeps going in my head here. And I think this one gets a little bit closer the more I think about it. These are two very similar characters.
Very similar.
They're very similar in their power sets. And they're very, very similar in their assets. One, Iron Man has a access to a variety of weapons because he builds them, because he's in the system. Cyborg's able to hack in it. Cyborg can set off nukes whenever he'd like because he just has access to the system through his brain.
Right.
Super cool. He has access to the World Bank. He has access to so much, but he's not as smart as Iron Man. So I think that begs the question here is could he win against Iron Man?
Would he be able just to hack into Iron Man stuff? I'm not super familiar with DC, so
I'm not saying he couldn't, but that would end up being his brain against Stark's brain.
Right.
And I think that'd be something a lot harder because Stark has anti-measures that he can hop in on off of himself to try to stop it. I think this is a case of Iron Man being the smarter character when they are, I'd say, equally, or maybe Cyborg even has a little bit more power to him. I think Iron Man can take this fight by being smarter, but it's a close fight.
Yeah, I think if this was like animated, I think it would look really dope.
It would look so cool.
It would look really cool. Yeah, I feel like Iron Man kind of like, and also like his inventions and just like kind of how he has access to more. He has access to like a bunch of different suits and stuff. Again, I'm not super familiar with Cyborg. I don't know a ton about DC, but
Iron Man has a suit in one of the comics that's a nanotech suit that's inside of his bloodstream. And then so if something happens, he can have his suit on in like less than a millisecond or something like that. It's a nuts storyline.
Yeah. So, Iron Man just kind of has, the more inventions and just like
more, more physical access to his stuff, not just off of like hacking.
Right.
But it's a close fight.
I think, I think this is the closest fight we've probably talked about yet. Maybe the Painter Yuji one would be close, but I don't think it would be as close as this one.
No.
I think it would be a dope fight. So next up, we have the final section of our bracket. We only did 16 this time, save on some time, so you guys aren't here all day. But we have number 3 seed, correct? John Wick. Yes. Number 3 seed John Wick versus number 2 seed Neo from the Matrix. You'll never guess where John Wick is from.
Is he from John Wick?
Dude,
all
you
right,
got it right.
This is something we were having for fun here. That was bad.
That was a bad bit.
That was a bad bit on your part. My part.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that bad bit, but
yeah, this is Keanu Reeves against Keanu Reeves. Arguably his 2 best roles coming at it. Now, there's a lot to think about in this. One, they are both shown to be very skilled and very brutal in gun combat. We've seen that for both. Here's where I think Neo wins this fight. You agree?
I would agree. There's one kind of key difference.
One key difference here is if this fight, we'll say it's taking place in the Matrix. Or we could say even if we don't. If it's taking place in the Matrix, he has reality manipulation. Something that John Wick would not know given the circumstance. If this was in the real world as well, he is a skilled karate fighter.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And John Wick can shoot, but we've seen it a lot in the movie, is that he can do hand-to-hand combat, but it's not smooth. Neo is the definition of smooth. When you see him fight in the Matrix, I mean, he's just smooth. The way he moves, the way he walks, everything's with intention. John Wick's like, go in, shoot the head, and I mean, he's just like, he gets himself roughed up a lot, but he does have durability for it.
I would say, the durability could mean a little bit more for John Wick, but I think the martial arts thing is hand-to-hand combat for Neo is kind of an X factor here. And if this were to take place in the Matrix, it's not really, I wouldn't say it's not really a contest, but Neo would definitely win. But if you take that out of consideration,
I think Neo's still winning.
But we've been considering all that like excess stuff for all these characters. Like when we looked at Sonic and versus Mario, we gave Mario all of his power-ups. So it's like you kind of got to look at it like the full circle. So I think you got to give that to Neo. So then I think it's kind of like a wash. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But I think either way, Neo would win. It would be a good fight, though. It would be very cool. Very cinematic, I would say. So we'll move on. Neo moves on. And the final one of round one is the final part.
One we have.
I think this is going to be a very close one. We have the number 4 seed for the film characters, Paul Blart, the Mall Cop. And the number 1 seed, we have Godzilla. And I'm going to tell you why Paul Blart wins this fight. So you see, mall cops have to go through intense training to become a mall cop. You know, they have to be at peak physical form.
Just like Kevin James is.
Just like Kevin James. You know, being a mall cop, you wouldn't realize how difficult it is. And because you haven't even been a mall cop. And I'm sure everybody, one of you watching, if you have been a mall cop, you know the trials and everything you have to go through to be a mall cop. But Godzilla is not as cool as Paul Blart and not as in peak physical form. He weighs like a ton. He is way out of shape. You know what I'm saying? It's like he is way too big. He is not going to be able to keep up with Paul Blart. Paul Blart wins.
No.
No.
But
no.
Go ahead.
This fight is funny to say the least. It's like the I think Paul Blart would he wouldn't run away. We'll say that. Like he's too cool. He's too cool. He wouldn't like everybody in Godzilla movies like, oh my god, it's Godzilla. Paul Blart would want to go fight.
He'd be like, I have to protect my city. But I mean, Godzilla would just step on him, or he'd just hit him with a nuclear blast. I mean, it's not close. We just kind of put it in there because we thought it was funny. But
we'll do. We're doing. I'm sorry, Kevin James, but we're doing that. It's like we have to. It's like that. So no, we couldn't. We wanted to talk about Paul Blart Mall Cop. I can't lie, but we also wanted to put Godzilla in here. So it's like whoever Godzilla faced in
and we're just going to talk about the most modern version of Godzilla, the American modern version.
Yeah,
like
the
King of Monsters.
Yeah. The most recent films. Whoever Godzilla is going to face out of film characters is probably going to win, or Godzilla is probably going to win. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and we didn't want to be boring and say Godzilla versus King Kong. I mean, even if Godzilla wins, like, should win majority of the time, anyways. But yeah. So moving on, we have the finals. We'll call this the divisional round, if you will, of this bracket. Starting at the top, we have the number 1. Actually, these are all number 1 versus 2 seeds, I believe. How it should be. So, number 1 seed versus number 2 seed, we have Zorro versus Pain.
Zorro versus Pain.
I think this fight, I think a lot of people would kind of jump to Zorro off rip, but I do think this fight would be extremely close. And I'll tell you why. First off, Zorro is obviously a very strong character, has access to a lot of stuff, like we said before. But I think Pain has access to more hacks, as do a lot of Naruto characters.
Yes.
I just wonder how Zoro would deal with all 6 of them on top of them having, like, summons and they can't really take advantage of him, like, of any of, like, absorption techniques because Zoro doesn't really throw out any techniques. It's just all sword stuff.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Zoro. He doesn't care about your number. He doesn't care about who you are.
Right.
He will run you. I mean, even starting back before he had all his crazy powers, back way back.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't remember what the arc was called. Was it Whiskey Peak or something? I don't know. He takes on like 100 guys. Sure, they're
Oh,
not
that was I
powerful.
think that was Whiskey Peak.
Sure, they're not powerful. Sure, he didn't have his powers or anything. Either way, he saw a threat that was 100 people, and he said, "I got this." I don't think six people coming at him is going to change that, right?
Right. I mean it's the fact is like Zoro has gone through insane durability feats and that's what makes him so strong in my opinion. He has access to a lot of strong, attacks and stuff, but like his durability is off the charts. Um I would like to I think this fight would be really dope if it got animated. I think it would a lot of it would be Zoro kind of just like trying to get to the main pain or Nagato, I guess in this case. Um it's kind of just a thing is like, can the 6 pains wear him down? I think that's kind of what the fight would be. Is can they throw enough
Mm-hmm.
stuff at him to wear him down? Because that's kind of what the Naruto versus Pain fight was kind of. It was kind of like,
Right.
can Pain outlast? Well, I guess in that case it was him
Can
outlasting
he?
the Nine Tails form. But in this case, is can he outlast Zoro? Can he throw
Outlast
all
the
of the,
King of Hell.
all of his hacks at Zoro? In this case, I would say probably not, especially at Zoro's peak form, which is right now, or which we know him of right now. So I would say it would be a Zoro win, but I think it would be extremely close. Like I
And it'd
think
be
Zoro would
very fun to watch.
it would be very fun to watch. I think Zoro would be like maybe on the level of where it was at versus when he fought King, like at the end of that fight. Because Pain is no slouch, but Zoro is also no slouch. So I think we'll go give this a classic 2-1. We'll say Zoro wins, and he wins the anime section. So next up, we have. I have no clue how we're gonna do this one.
I want you to say who you're going with, and then I'll say who I'm going with, and then we'll argue it. Okay?
Okay,
Who are you going with?
so let me announce it first. So we have the number 2 seed for this is the video game finals for the video game. The number 2 seed Doom Guy video game. Number 2 seed Doom Guy versus number 1 seed Sonic the Hedgehog. So I think off the bat, Sonic the Hedgehog off the bat. Dude, I don't know.
I'm going Doom Guy.
I don't. I feel like I don't know because like both these characters have insane hacks, insane feats, insane hacks, all that stuff. Sonic is
faster.
a lot faster, but Doom Guy has durability. And
insane durability, insane.
I think
just like if Doom Guy sees a problem, he handles it and it's done. Like
yeah, the thing that would do Sonic in this case, because you could talk about Sonic's feats all day, like how he fought all of those Titans in Sonic Frontiers, how he flies through space and at light speeds. He can all the like demons and gods that Eggman has summoned over the years, and he just shuts them down like Chaos. The one boss from or the one villain from Sonic Unleashed, I forget its name.
Yeah.
But the thing that would do Sonic in, I think would be the rings, because when he's in his super form, he's got to constantly collect rings, and even if you say it's just like, oh, they're just scattered all over the place, and he still has to collect them mid fight, even though he's faster than Doom Guy, he's going to run out eventually.
Right.
And if he's in his regular form, I don't think he stands a chance. So that's kind of the thing. It's like if you want to play that card, then I don't think Sonic wins, but I think you kind of have to play that card.
Let's just say one thing. BFG.
Yeah. I mean,
Doom Guy.
So no, I think the difference here is that Doom Guy's durability is kind of like what I was saying. It's his durability. I mean,
He
Sonic.
can last longer in a fight than Sonic
Yeah.
can.
I mean, because a lot of Sonic's fights, I mean, he's just stronger than everybody else, so he ends his fights so quick. And it's kind of like going back to the Batman Spider-Man thing. It's like Sonic could do a lot of things to prolong the fight, and he could win because of that. But it's also he can't
If
really
Doom Guy gets his hands on it, dude, he's ripping Sonic's head off.
right. But if Sonic prolongs the fight longer and longer, he's gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, realistically. So I think I know all you Sonic fans. Maybe you can argue something down in the comments below of something we missed, but I think Doom Guy is just like probably the strongest video game character that you could imagine. Sonic's broken, has a lot of good abilities and stuff, but it just he doesn't stack up to Doom Guy's durability. Kind of like the same thing with the Zoro Pain fight we just talked about. He's got a lot of stuff he could just throw at Doom Guy, but the durability. So
this one doesn't even need to be talked about, dude. Just put Batman through.
Yeah, I mean,
Batman wipes Iron Man.
Batman's cool and all, or Iron Man's cool and all, but yeah, it's like Iron Man killed Superman. It's like
Iron Man killed Superman. Yeah, good one.
Oh, sorry, Batman killed Superman. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's like
folks.
okay, we'll give it a minute just so people don't think we're just blowing past it.
Yeah,
Batman could shut down his suit easily. He could easily make a gadget for that. It wouldn't take long. He'd figure it out. And then Batman's just he's brutal. Like he will get in Tony's head. What's one thing that Tony has a problem with? He has a problem with his mental state and his ego. Batman can get in there, manipulate Iron Man, and just destroy. Like it would be ridiculous, not close. People try to talk about this fight all the time. Batman runs it. He cooks him.
It's also it's like the same thing that we talked about. As soon as Iron Man gets out of his suit, cooked. It's like the same thing we just talked about with the Doom Guy Sonic fight. If you can get him out of that state, cooked. It's over. I think it would take a while because Iron Man. It would. I mean, if you.
Who's Iron Man? Say, Batman without his suit is still Batman.
Iron Man without his suit is just Tony Stark.
It's just a Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
He's done. He's cooked.
Yeah. No, I think Iron Man could do a lot of things. Like if you give prep time to Batman, then you give the prep time to Iron Man, but Batman's way more creative and just smarter. So, but Iron Man's gonna probably get clocked eventually. It's just gonna take. I think Batman kind of has like the thing with his fights where he's just kind of like eventually just wearing down his opponents, I guess, because he doesn't have any specific powers or anything. So it's like the same thing we talked about with the Spider-Man fight. It applies to this fight. It's just going to take time for him to wear down Iron Man, I guess. But once he does, he'll win. Plus durability for Batman's insane. So
yeah.
So this this last one we have for the film part of the bracket, we have number 2 seed Neo versus the number 1 seed Godzilla. I don't really think there's a case to argue.
I don't think there is here. I think Godzilla steps on him or hits him with a nuke blast. He's cooked.
Yeah, it's a
quite literally cooked.
Godzilla's just kind of. You can't really do anything against Godzilla if you're just a regular dude. Like Neo's got abilities and great hand-to-hand combat, but he's just a dude. At the end of the day, he has nothing else special about him besides that. So, yeah, Godzilla runs it. There's really not much else to talk about there. So next. We have the semifinals of our bracket, the champions of their own
divisions,
we will say. So we have the number 1 seed for anime versus the number 2 seed for video games. We have Zoro versus Doom Guy. And if Sonic didn't stand a chance against Doom Guy, I don't know how much Zoro's going to stand a chance.
Does either.
Like, look, Zoro's strong. And, I feel like the only anime character that could even stack up to Doom Guy is Saitama. I think Doom Guy still wins. Or Goku. Yeah. I think Doom Guy still beats both of them, if that's saying anything. Yeah, it's like Zoro has insane durability, so he might last a little bit. But I don't think he's going to do anything to Doom Guy.
Especially if Doom Guy gets his hands on the Crucible Blade here, the Crucible Blade is way stronger than any of Zoro's swords.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
It's one of the only known weapons that can destroy Titans in the Doom universe. I mean, this thing, it is
There is no sword in One Piece.
destructive.
There's no sword in One Piece that will be as strong as the Crucible. There's zero chance. Absolutely zero chance. So yeah, I mean, Doom Guy wins, but thank you for participating, Zoro. It's kind of like a participation trophy. It's like you made it, sort of thing. So, Batman versus Godzilla.
This is closer than people think.
I would say so too. Now, Godzilla prep time is just Godzilla, so we don't need to talk about that. What do you think Batman would do to try to bring down Godzilla? I think there's a couple of things.
Nuclear resistant suit.
Yeah, that's one thing. Something to, because Godzilla's like, he's not fast at like kind of at all.
No.
So he could find something to kind of like try to like bring him down, but I don't know if he can really do that.
What's he gonna do when he brings him down too? He doesn't have anything that can pass through Godzilla scales. Godzilla wins, but it would be a very fun fight to watch. Could you imagine watching Batman prep for this, and then you just see like Godzilla coming in the distance, and like Batman walks in front of the camera as like Cape's like moving a little bit, and they just start going, dude. And he's like grappling around, trying to swing around. Godzilla. I mean, dude, it'd be so much fun to watch.
It's the same. It's a reverse of what we've been talking about with Batman's fights. He can only really prolong the fight.
Oh, dude, you just imagine just seeing like Batman like trying to like get around somewhere, just getting smacked by Godzilla.
He gets smacked. He just goes like flying.
8 buildings.
Yeah,
and he's like trying to get up, and then just a giant nuke beam hits him, dude.
Like
he's toast. But it'd be so fun to watch.
Godzilla is just insanely like I don't know. He's just got so many hacks. He's just got so many things that like almost nobody can even do to him. Batman with prep time is like, he killed Superman. He can't kill Godzilla, but it's these. I guess these last two, these semifinals, are just participation trophies because this is a matchup.
War.
This is something to talk about. So we have the number 2 seed for video games, who probably should have been the number 1 seed, but whatever. For video games, we have
a little bit.
Doom Guy versus the number 1 seed for films, Godzilla. This was the finals we had in mind. Honestly, we kind of just want to talk about some of these other fights because we thought they'd be cool. Where do we even start with this fight?
Dude.
Is it bad that I don't know if I have an answer to this right now?
I don't either. Should we do this old school way? I know we gotta pick a winner. All right, let's break it down.
So, Doom Guy. So, Godzilla.
Give us a little history on Doom Guy. You were doing a little history lesson on him.
Yeah. So Doom Guy he has, like I said before, everything you can possibly imagine that's overpowered. He has insane durability. He has insane strength. One of the feats I read for him with insane strength, he was able to break through chains, and it was said he didn't have like the force of like 3,000. Like the chains were like 3,000 or like 300,000 tons or something, and he just broke through them. The Titan you were mentioning before, to add on that, the thing to add on that a little bit more, it was said that immortal people, anybody who was immortal could only hope to seal him because they could never kill him. Doom Guy killed him very easily, by the way. Doom Guy can
with his bare hands.
Doom Guy has insane marksmanship. He is super accurate. He is literally too angry to die. He has launched through planets, like he has shot himself out of a cannon through planets, and is fine. He has a constant. There's like a thing that I forget what the dude's name was, but there's a thing that said that the only constant in the world is him exterminating a race of like creators or whatever. I think they're called like the creators or something like that. That's like some like all-knowing God told him that he was like the only constant in this world, was that he was going to eradicate that race. So, and then on top of all that stuff, high IQ, I said marksmanship. There's something else I'm missing here. Oh, very agile. He's quick. Um, yeah, great stamina, great durability. He's just like I said, picture like the most overpowered. I should say overpowered character in general. That's Doom Guy. He has everything in the book that you can think of. But Godzilla is no slouch. He is no just random titan that Doom Guy has killed. Godzilla is insane. How about you tell us a little bit about Godzilla's feats if you have any off the top of your head? If not, that's okay.
I looked up some good ones here.
Okay.
There's a lot of comics about Godzilla.
Right.
Godzilla once defeated Zeus and all of the Olympians.
Oh, okay.
He survived a black hole 2 times. He defeated the devil himself.
Oh. Oh.
Output enough energy to destroy a planet / solar system in both movies and comics. So he could destroy an entire galaxy if wanted.
Interesting.
Ghidorah, there's a a galactic eating version of Ghidorah that Godzilla defeated. Godzilla destroyed a planet-sized comet that nearly crushed Earth. Stomped on Hulk and killed him in a Marvel comic one time. Let's see some more here. Here's some MonsterVerse Godzilla. Actually, why won't that open? Never mind, not that one. All right.
So
that's all I got. That's all I got. Right
yeah. So I mean, I think so. Well, both these characters.
I'll tell you one thing. We're planning on doing a versus video for this. That was kind of our goal here. So we're gonna do a lot more research and go into that for a full length versus video.
Right.
But we do want to decide our answer here tonight. Here now that we've gone through these sets of feats.
I mean, I feel like I should say Godzilla, but I also feel like I don't fully know all of Doom Guy's feats.
I don't think you can bet against Doom Guy though. That's the thing. Like you can bet on Godzilla every day, but you can't bet against Doom Guy.
The way I'm picturing this fight going down is just Godzilla's destroying a city, Doom Guy appears, and that's just how it's gonna happen. It's gonna be in the middle of the city. And I don't know if Godzilla's gonna really be able to like catch Doom Guy because Doom Guy's fast. He's like, I know I said in the Sonic thing that you couldn't really catch Sonic, but that's just because it's Sonic. Doom Guy's fast, very fast character. And also having elite marksmanship skills is gonna be really important here. He can hit like the BFG could probably pierce through Godzilla's scales, I would imagine.
And he's pinpoint accurate.
Yeah, pinpoint accurate. So he can hit him like a vital spot. Boom, gone. But it's also
obviously Crucible here. That's going to go straight through Godzilla's scales. Straight through him.
I think, and Doom Guy's very smart. I think he would find a way to take him down. Godzilla just has so much, just like he just has like
epicness.
He's like, I could just destroy a galaxy if I wanted to.
But that's the thing is he can't do that if Doom Guy's hanging off of Godzilla with a sword stabbed in him. Like he can't use a laser beam to take out.
Right.
He'd kill himself in the process.
Godzilla has the most durability you can possibly imagine as well. So, and like I feel like Godzilla's gonna have a hard time just like hitting Doom Guy, like even more so than like anybody fighting Sonic or anybody fighting like any other character on this list.
I think it's almost that like we're hitting this point right now where Godzilla's too big for the person he's fighting. By the way that the person he's fighting fights, he's too big for it. There's not a whole lot he can do. I think this is a clean wipe. I'd change my mind. I got Doom Guy taking this.
I think I would say Doom Guy as well. But it's like I feel like if Godzilla got like one hit, I don't know what that would do to God or Doom Guy. Like I know he has insane durability, but like
If he like smacked him on the ground and hit him with a nuke beam.
yeah.
Uh
You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just like, but Doom Guy has taken he's fought huge
things
things like
equally as big.
yeah, and he's none of them have been nearly as strong as Godzilla, but he has experience fighting things this big. He's done that through like every single Doom game, I think. At least in 16 and Eternal, he did. Those are the ones I played the most. But man, it's tough. It's like it's a weird fight.
I'm not gonna think about it anymore. Give me Doom Guy. Give me Doom Guy.
You think we should leave it off at a cliffhanger and I say Godzilla and then we take that into the verses?
And with that,
we leave it at a draw.
The next video. And between now and then, pay your rent.
Indeed.